Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Gordon Matthews, and welcome to another edition of my Lucha Underground review for May the 4th, 2016. May the 4th be with you. I didn't think I'd be pulling that one out tonight, but you know what? This episode of Lucha Underground is absolutely fucking incredible. The way to describe this was, like, as per usual, the episode was great. But this is the way to describe it. It started out like, this was one giant match itself. You get the hype, which was next week, what was it? Graver consequences. And I'll get to that when we get to it. And then you get Mac versus Marty, and then I'm just going by matches at this point. You get Cornell versus Sinestro de la Muerte, and you think, well, it may not be interesting. Well, if you've been following along, you may be very interested to see how Sinestro does. And then you get what do you call it? You get Mascot de Sagrada versus Cage for an Aztec medallion, which is, yeah. And then you get what do you call it? Sexy Star versus Mariposa in what was a scary, awesome, crazy, and just painfully. I don't even know the best way to describe it. Thank you, Kat. Insane. If you heard her meow, she explained it. But I think I've drawn this on a little too long, and we're gonna get to review this. So we'll be right back with my Lucha Underground review. All right, we're here. And you know what? It doesn't crack when I ever want it to crack. Anyways, welcome to my Lucha Underground review. Let's start things right now. Let's just jump right into it. So the first picture tonight. I said picture. I just jumped right into the picture. That's when I'm like, and I actually smiled. But the first match of not even the first match. The first thing we got tonight was Darios in his office looking for Katrina, and I think it's coming to the point where, like, Lucha Underground with the continuity, like, he was standing in his office window, and he was like, I think he was standing in the chair from what I could see, and then Katrina appeared. He's like, oh, I've been waiting for you, and like he steps down because the last two times that he's done this, or the last time at least that he did this, he got choked out by Katrina, and she could have killed him, but she chose to let him live. So with that being said, Dario, Katrina says, Mil Mortes she basically tells him, Mil almost took out your brother, and then Dario's like, no, Matenza almost took out Mil, and she's like, you know what? I know you fear Mil. And then she's like, oh, what do you call it? And he's like, fear Mil? Yes. And he's like, me fear Mil? Yes. My brother, no. He's like, whatever power that you have that possesses in that rock, it's nowhere compared to the power that's within this key. And that, like, so I guess we're getting, like, comparison. Like, I don't even. I need a better way to articulate this better than comparisons. Like, we're getting, like, it's. I hate to make another Marvel comparison because I feel so ignorant making this comparison. But it's like, oh, it'd be like, what's a better weapon for a superhero? Captain America's this or Iron Man's that? Like, it's just, and it's funny that I use it to a comparison, but Captain America this or Iron Man that? Like, you just never know. But anyways, Excuse me. But anyways, as we were, saying before, where do we go from here? Oh yeah. And then this is where Katrina's like, yeah, Mil deserves his rematch, and then he's like, yeah, Mil doesn't deserve anything. And then he basically says, you know what, next week there will be a match between Mil Mortis and Matanza, and it'll be, he's like, you know what, I'll even up the ante. I'll put it in Mil's specialty, grave consequences. He's like, you know what, I'll even up the ante a bit more. Instead of one casket, I think he said there'll be 4. And I think Lucha Underground, I don't know if they're running with this title exactly, but the match will be graver consequences, as Darios said. So there's that. Alright. But, you know what? We're going to move on here to the first match of the night. And I think it was Marty versus Mac. Marty the Moth Martinez versus the Mac. And yeah, here it is. Marty the Moth Martinez versus Mac. And you know what? This, ladies and gentlemen, it was a squash. Like Marty did get his offense in, but it felt like something very close to a squash. It really did. I don't really have much to say about this except Marty. I even tweeted this. I'm like, even if Marty lost, the man is still a baller, and there's no way he's gonna let something like that, like something like a little loss like this affect him. And obviously he didn't. It kind of felt like, yeah, Marty wanted to win, and obviously, here's the thing. Like I said, this is just any ordinary match. Every match tonight, as Matt Striker noted out after we got out of Dario's office, was for an Aztec medallion. So every match had the stakes up tonight. And I guess Lucha Underground felt, well, if we're I'm not gonna try and pick their brains because they could have entirely meant this. Okay, well, some matches won't mean much tonight, or we're gonna have to get some characters featured that we haven't featured in a while that are pretty good, but there have been better that we've had to showcase, and more that we've had to showcase, and a couple of different things that we've had to showcase over the past couple of weeks, including the trios tournament. And then we're gonna get these characters on TV. People like Mascot and Sagrada, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But you know what? That's a point that it's just given. And you see, the thing is with Mac and Marty, there's already a rivalry there. But I believe, and I'm not 100%, but I believe, yeah, these two already faced off, and that was the night that Mariposa debuted and scared Sexy Star, and I believe, no, she gave her that next week when it was Sexy Star versus Mariposa. She gave her the Vertebreaker. But you know what? We're gonna move forward here. After this match, and Matt gets the win. I'm sorry, I'm looking for my notes. Okay. After this match, and Matt gets the win. Okay, Katrina confronts King Cuerno. And she tells him next week when when Mil Mortis wins the championship back. Whew. Excuse me, I'm sorry. She said next week when Mil Mortis wins the title back, the exact plan that she has instilled is, for her disciple Sinestro de la Muerte to hold the championship instead of King Cuerno, because King Cuerno practically ruined everything. He practically ruined the entire title reign of, not the entire title reign, I'm sorry. He entirely, can't speak right. He ruined the title reign of, well, not even the title reign, I'm sorry, I don't even know why I keep saying this. He screwed up the plans of Mil Mortis and Katrina, where it's keep the gift of the gods for so long where you can't even use it, blah, 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 and it just, yeah. And he obviously didn't do that because he wanted to cash in the championship after facing Phoenix so many times, because he got sick of Phoenix. And if a hunter can't kill his prey, then he's obviously just gonna, want to get, I guess the thinking of King Cuerno in this case was, if I can't get rid of Phoenix, then I'll get rid of this championship and have to earn a shot at me. Just get away. I guess the goal is to get away from Phoenix for as long as possible, because even when he was saying he wanted to cash in the championship match, it's like the bird won't die and all that crap before. Well, they didn't crap, but when he's like the bird won't die or something around that. It was basically like hinting that okay, I've beaten Phoenix so many times. Like when I did so many times, I've beaten Phoenix already. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of him. Like that's what I was reading. But he said, you know what, I'm gonna win tonight, and then basically going to become the Lucha Underground world champion. And there you go. And up next was Sexy Star and Dario Cueto. Now this was interesting. As a never mind. Okay, so we get Sexy in Dario's office, and Sexy Star is basically sitting there, and Dario says, "Look, I know the two of us haven't completely gotten along in the last little while, but what we're gonna do is I'm gonna tell you this. It seems like you've been a different you recently, and the Sexy Star of old has not been here." He's like, "I want you to bring out that Sexy Star of old, and I want you to showcase that tonight." Like, I want you to showcase that Sexy Star tonight. Basically, yeah, around that. So up next, He, getting into detail, he tells a story about I can't speak tonight. He reiterates the story of when Matanza, and Dario both had enough of their mother, and Dario, the blunt object that his mother was beaten was to death by Matanza, which sits near and dear to his heart. He brought it and said, "I want to see a side out of you like that tonight." He basically told her, "I want you to go out there and I want you to kill, well, not directly kill, but I want you to go out there and I want you to show Mariposa, what's for," basically. So she did. Well, we'll get to it. And the match that they're going to be having was I want to get the term right. I don't want to say it in English. The term of the match specifically was called a no mas match, which is basically the Lucha version of a I Quit match. So next up, we get King Cornell versus Sinestro de la Muerte. And Sinestro, not much really to say here. Like, it was a back and forth match for what it was worth. And then when it looked like King Cornell was was going for the arrow from the depths of hell, Katrina basically stops him and then hits him with the stone, and the ref isn't looking when Sinestro gets back in the ring. And then Sinestro legged up him in the back of the head. So even if he is a stronger disciple of death, then, it's not really helping him because, let's look at it this way. If he's a stronger disciple of death, it's not helping him because he still needs Katrina's help to win tonight. And I know, you can say, well, he's still at the win. Maybe he'll get more powerful than that. The more wins he gets, he'll get more powerful than that. I don't think Lucha Underground's going to go that route, and I don't see them going that route. But I can say this much. I guess it's as long as Sinestro got the win, Sinestro got the win. So, there's that. Okay. All right. So, after led to the back of the head, and Sinestro wins. We're going to move on to next. This might be our main event, and wow, this would have been a really quick review. Ah, yes, this is Famous B's backstage, and he tells Masquerade Sagrada, he's like, I'm gonna make you famous. I've gotten you a match tonight for an Aztec medallion, and I'm gonna make you famous. I'm gonna make you famous. And it's like, I've gotten somebody who already has an Aztec medallion to put their medallion on the line tonight against you. And I figured it's gonna be Cage because Cage is a bully, and he wouldn't justify it to being a bully because he's a machine and all that garbage and junk, like a hunked up pile of junk, like Cage is a hunked up pile of junk, like Cage has always been. So there's that. But up next, we get Mascot de Sagrada in the ring, and who's the opponent? It is Cage! And Cage basically beats Mascot de Sagrada in about a solid 2 minutes. Commentary is just making jokes about it, mostly Striker. Vampiro's trying to take it seriously, and it doesn't really, like, if you've seen Sagrada and you've seen how small he is, you understand where I'm coming from here. But you know what? Mascot de Sagrada loses, and I've learned from tonight with this whole angle, this is going to be a comedy angle between Mascarita Sagrada and Famous B. And he even had a promo before Mascarita Sagrada made his way to the ring and said, I'll accuse some people, he can make them famous. And he just, was showing out his number 423 get fame, 423 get famous, 423 get fame. And he brought up the one girl, I can't remember her name, that he made it gorgeous, and turned from a bum to just a luxurious, life-living, famous woman who runs with Famous B. So, I mean, there it is. Personally, if this is going to be a comedy thing, because they basically made it seem like such, I mean, I guess I'm okay with it. I mean, like, Famous B never really seemed like he would be too serious to me. I'm like, once he started, like, handing off stuff to Mascot, because guys like Mascot de Sagrada, and I think he might have talked to Joey Ryan, and the guys he talked to didn't seem like people who were, like, legit contenders in the temple. But afterwards, actually, before this, let me just say what happens before this, because I missed one part before this. Chavo Guerrero goes to the Dario Cueto's office, and I know a lot of people are visiting Dario tonight, but he goes to Dario Cueto's office, and he tells Dario specifically, he's like, "Hey Dario, look, he's like, I want to set up the World Championship. He's like, I want to ask like medallion or a match, whatever he says." And then Dario's like, "No." He's like, "Why not?" Basically, because you haven't proved yourself. Like, anytime I give you the opportunity to prove yourself, you do nothing but squander. I give you the biggest World Championship match of your life. You squander it. I put you in a match against, I don't even know if he said, excuse me, I don't even know if he said Tejano, but it's screwed up. Dario Cueto does not like losers, Chavo. And that's kind of what you've been. So, yeah. Okay. So, with that being said, move on. And where am I going here? I have. Oh yeah, as I was saying, Cage. After he won his match, Chavo basically ran in and stole his medallion and ran off with it, which is what I think is going to lead to a Chavo versus Cage feud over the medallion, and it's going to lead to Cage finally being done with Mundo. And it's not a bad thing for him. I'm just saying, like, Cage has really beat Mundo once. Mundo's beaten Cage once in this season, to be specifically exact. And, I mean, there's just no point really doing it anymore. I mean, I'm doing it anymore. Okay. So, what do we have here next? I don't even. Oh, yeah, I think this is the main event. I'm so sorry, people. Oh, here it is. No Mas match. And I'm going to sum this up in a couple of simple words. This was phenomenal. Like, from everything from, like, Sexy Star just continuing with the crotch kicks and everything, and just from there to the spot up in the lights in the Raptors. And even, like, I even enjoyed Vampiro's story talking about how he used to have to fight Sting in the Raptors, and it wasn't fun, it wasn't comfortable. He always steered away from these matches because he didn't never want to say no mas, because it basically means no more, I quit. And it's a humiliating, humbling experience to taste, and Vampiro said he never wanted to do that. But, I mean, that's an interesting fact, I guess. But, I mean, nothing really much here. I mean, well, nothing really much here, I'm sorry. It just, what's the best way to describe this match? I mean, I could say see it to believe it, but, that wouldn't really do it injustice. Mariposa did eventually bust Sexy Star open. Sexy Star did put a garbage can on Mariposa's head and start kicking at it and kicking Mariposa's head in. Sexy Star, constant crotch kick after crotch kick, crotch kick. I mean, listen, I know you girls don't have anything that doesn't anything that really, really hurts like we do. But at the same time, that just like anytime I watch it, it crunches me over. Like, ow, how can you take that? It just, it's yeah. But you know what? It is what it is. So there you go. But what I was gonna say here to you guys. Oh yeah, Sexy Star eventually wins with a cross arm breaker, cross arm bar, and it was absolutely awesome. It really was. Like I said it on Twitter, and I'll say it tonight more. Thank you, 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 Lucha Underground. You consistently put on an amazing product. You consistently put on great stuff. You consistently put on a compelling wrestling show on a weekly basis, from characters to in-ring work to like. And this is another thing I want to say too. Like Matt Striker even said, like in this match, don't question gender. These women can go, like something like that. And it was, like, I loved it. Like I loved it specifically for a couple of reasons. He said that just to show like women can really do it. Two, I mean that's another thing about Lucha Underground. Their main events actually feel like main events. If I'm gonna go to, and I'm gonna use the show. I'm gonna use if I go to Raw, I would say Roman Reigns versus I don't know Mark Henry in the main event, and then I'm supposed to believe it's the main event for one. Two, I'm not watching it. Three, it's just like, why? Like, why in 2016, in 2015, in 2014? And I know he didn't main event all those, and I know he only main evented once, and that was like late 2014. But why is Shawn Michaels, not Shawn Michaels, why did I say Shawn Michaels? What in the world is going on with me right now? Like, I know they didn't main event. See, guys, I'm tired. I'm sorry. But I don't, like, here's the thing. I know for a fact, like, here's the thing with Lucha Underground. They knew these two girls can go. And, like, say, oh, yeah, I'm giving an example. Like, say I'm watching, like, a Roman Reigns match against Mark Henry, and, like I said, I didn't know he didn't main event all those times, but Mark Henry versus Roman Reigns would not feel like a main event match. Like, every match Lucha Underground has for the main event is going to feel like a main event. Like, the show just, like, it starts out with a slow pace, like, a bit of a slow pace. Like, this match is good for the first match, like, a really, not really slow, but, like, a really fast-paced match to, like, really get you going at first. Or a really, good sound technical match to really get you going first. Or some story that will start you off first. More story after that match. I mean, more story after the first match. More story, match, more story, and then another match. And that match is the main event that closes things out. And their main events are 10, 15 minutes. And I guess like it's probably because they don't take commercials to take you out of it. Like, taking commercials, it really takes you out of it. And it's just like, Lucha Underground doesn't do it. If they do, the great thing about them being taped is they can pause it at that particular moment. They won't dive onto the ring. Like, you won't see the arrow from the depths of hell from King Cornell and then just commercial. You just don't see that. So, you know what? I have to commend Lucha Underground for how they book their shows and make their main events and everything. It's probably just me preaching to the choir at this point. Probably it is me preaching to the choir at this point, and I will continue to do so because Lucha Underground consistently every week is amazing. Better than NXT, better than Raw, better than SmackDown, damn sure better than TNA. Even like story-wise and everything, like all around, better than ROH, better than New Japan. Lucha Underground is today's greatest professional wrestling, and it's not a show. I mean, it's not a wrestling show. It's been said before. It's a show about wrestling. Like, that's the best way to like describe it. And the best part about it, the best part about it. And if you don't watch Monday Night Raw, you won't understand where I'm coming from here. It's 1 hour, so regular people can enjoy it. 2 hours is good enough so regular people can enjoy it. 3 hours on a weekly basis is just fucking torture. And it's not like the shows have been bad recently, so I can't say that. But what it has been is just like there are lulls. And if you make a show 2 hours, then there are no lulls. So that's pretty much all I have to say there. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, though. Remember to leave a like on this video if you already haven't. Subscribe for more of that Lucha Underground content on my channel. And, before I go, I do want to send a shout out to somebody. Because there's going to be a thumbnail that you guys are going to see in the description, not in the description, on the, for this video. And I wanted to give the guy who made this for me all the props in the world because he's the real MVP and, it's just, he's awesome. So his name on Twitter is a funny username. His @name on Twitter is Home Doing Nothing. Like HOMEDOIN, like how you doing, nothing, NOTHIN, like I'm answering the Enzo or you in that case, nothing. But you know what? I hope you guys did enjoy it. Remember, leave a like on this video if you already haven't. Subscribe and subscribe. Go look at the thumbnail when it's up. Check him out on Twitter. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate him. I really appreciate him because this is awesome what he did for me. You guys are gonna love it when you see it. I hope you do love it, and I hope you guys do love and enjoy this. So thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that good junk, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. See ya.